Let's go, girls. Come on.
Hey y'all, welcome back. So this is what we're working on today. Okay, I had to make sure it wasn't frozen or anything. This is from Hobby Lobby. Let's see if I can zoom this in. It's one of the artiste kits. It's called Bake Everything with Love. And I'm working on these little blue stripe thingies here. So that's what we're working on today. So let's take that out of the way, bring this guy in, and let's get started. Whoa, I lost myself. Please hold. Okay, still learning, still adjusting. So the original game plan was, the hubby bought me a new camera for the birthday. Problem with the new camera is that quality is not so great. I can't zoom in so well, and oh, excuse me, had to get a drink. It's not as clear as my phone. So that was the reason why I didn't do any videos last week, is because we were gonna mess around with the camera, and try, let's see if I can, I have to remember where my camera is. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. Try to get it to where it would work so I wasn't stitching around a tripod, a mini tripod that holds my phone, which is what I'm doing now. And let me stick my magnet on real quick. Oh, did I move you? Don't move. No sudden movements. Oh geez. Thought I was prepared. I'm never fully prepared, but it's okay. It's all good. Okay, let's get back to this. So here we go. So we're gonna keep messing around with the camera and see if we can get it set up in a way that's not directly in front of me, that's also not upside down or sideways, to where I'm not confused as to where I'm going, if that makes sense. And hopefully Linda is staying in focus. I'm hoping. In the last, well, since I last saw you all, which I believe was Wednesday, not last week, but the week before, I think I made a little bit of progress. Let me see if I can hold this here against the table, or my desk here, and see if that makes it a little less wobbly. And refocus Linda. Maybe. Okay. Let's see if that's helpful. That way I'm not constantly jarring because I'm doing this in hand, not stitching in hand. I'm holding my Q-snap in my hand. Sometimes that gets a little wobbly. Are we adding one? No, I'm staying the same. Okay. So the hubby took Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, which was nice. So spend a lot of time with him, just hanging out. We've been binge watching Lucifer. Don't know if there's any Lucifer fans. I think we're halfway through season 3, I think. And then we've also been binge watching, oh, I have a frog in my throat, sorry. My goodness. Also binge watching Stranger Things. And we were watching that with Jonah and Scarlett, but Jonah's not a big fan of the sci-fi apparently. Scarlett's in love with it. So now it's just Scarlett, my husband, and myself that are binge watching Stranger Things. I think we're down to the last 2 episodes. Which kind of put me in panic mode because we thought that this was going to be it, but I guess now there's rumors of a season 4. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We don't know if there's going to be another Lucifer. I mean, we still have a whole nother season. Is there 4 seasons to Lucifer right now? Quite possible. But, so, yeah, binge watching a lot. Hanging out. I am 1 day behind in my arbitrary August thing. But I am working on what was chosen for today, which is this Bake with Love project. But I think on my birthday I was supposed to work on Crazy Cat Chloe, which was Saturday, and I didn't really... did I stitch it all on my birthday? I think I did in the morning. But it wasn't Crazy Cat Chloe. I think I was trying to finish a thread from the project that was the night before, which was Technology Meltdown. So, I didn't end up stitching on Saturday's project at all, like I was supposed to. I feel like I keep hitting the bottom of this tripod. And am I still in frame? Stay focused, Linda. I know it's hard. Okay. What else has been going on? Apparently Scarlett's vice principal wants me to have lunch with them for my birthday. So Scarlett's vice principal, myself, and little Miss Scarlett will have lunch together tomorrow as a belated birthday hangout, I guess, type thing. I never thought I'd be invited to a principal's office for lunch to celebrate my birthday. Anyone else? Does that happen to anyone else ever? It can't be the only one, right? I really like her vice principal. She's very awesome. Very cool. Let's see. I talked to my buddy Nate, who I haven't spoken to in a while. And so my mother, for those of you who may not know, my mother passed away in the middle of July. And she has a brother and a mother who are still living. However, they live in Tokyo, Japan, and don't speak a lick of English, whereas I do not speak a lick of Japanese. I can't read it, I can't write it, I can't speak it. And so I was trying to figure out a way to let my grandmother know safely. I didn't want her to be alone when she found out. And to let my uncle know, whom I've never met, that my mother had passed away. So, long story long, my mom was hearing impaired and went to school with a bunch of classmates who were also hearing impaired. And so she continued to talk to her friends once they figured out the whole Facebook thing and how they could chat on Facebook. They would call each other constantly because it was free. You didn't have to pay for long distance or anything like that. And they would hang out all night long just talking on the Facebook Messenger video chat thing. So they knew how to contact me that way. But my grandmother's 97 years old. She doesn't have any technology other than a small television in her living room and a cell phone. I think she has a little pink flip phone. And so the way we have to arrange it is my friend James, who I originally called, speaks Japanese, but he doesn't feel very confident in having a full conversation because it's been a while since he's had a full conversation in Japanese. So he called his brother Nate, whose girlfriend is very fluent in Japanese. And so I'm just so lucky that she was able to help us out. And so it was set up where my mom's friends would bring the tablet so that they could talk, so that they could bring it to grandma, so that grandma could talk to my friend Nate's girlfriend, and then she can interpret to me what grandma was saying, if all that makes sense. Because it's a lot of puzzle pieces that have to fit together and work at the exact same right time in order for Grandma and I to communicate. And so my uncle was supposed to be there, but apparently, so the timing is very different, obviously. I think they are 16 hours ahead of my time. So when they called, it was already about 10:30 at night. Now, the distance between my time and my friend Nate's time is a 2-hour difference. So it's already midnight where he's at, and I know that his girlfriend has to work, and I didn't want to bother them, so I tried to explain to them that we would have to do it another time. Again, my mom's friends do not read English very well, and they're extremely persistent. I don't know why I just crossed that. Let's back up real quick. They're extremely persistent, as in, they literally blew up my Facebook Messenger with like 20 different messages, 20 different missed calls in a matter of 5 minutes. So, I was watching a movie with my family. We watched MIB International, which, if you're an MIB fan, I thought it was fantastic. I thought they did really well with it. I was a little concerned, but I thought they did really well with it. Anywho, we finished watching that movie and had plans of watching Aladdin. We had to stop Aladdin because I literally turned my phone off. And then my friend James, who interpreted the first time around, called my husband and was like, listen, they're calling me now. What is going on? So he ended up calling his brother, who ended up waking up his girlfriend, which I still feel horrible for, because it's not her family. It's not anything that she should have any obligation to do in any way, shape, or form. But she was kind enough to go ahead and get up and try to talk to my grandmother. And then we spent the first, I don't know, like 15 minutes staring at each other. Because what exactly do you say to a 97-year-old woman you've never met? You don't know her exact mental status. She kept calling my uncle to tell him to come back because he was shopping, apparently. And because my mom's friends are deaf, they never turn up the volume on their tablets. So although Grandma was talking, I'm assuming she thought we were ignoring her because she couldn't hear us. So then it turned into my friend's girlfriend writing notes in Japanese to my grandmother, and my grandmother, is cute as pie, decided to write notes back instead of explaining to the young ladies that they just needed to turn up the volume. One of my mom's friends finally came over. Now, I know all of, like, 5 words in Japanese Sign Language. I'm very fluent in what we call dirty English, which is sign language taught in the home. It was my first language. But my mom taught me a few things in Japanese, and it's definitely not enough to carry a conversation. I know mom, dad, brother, sister, home, and thank you. That's it. That's all I've got in my my memory bank. So, went through and had that whole conversation, and then my buddy, I don't want to say her name because I don't have permission to. I don't have permission to say James or Nate's name either, but they're like brothers to me, so they're going to have to get over the fact that I said their names on camera. But I don't have permission to say Nate's girlfriend's name, so out of respect I won't. But she, just amazing, was able to kind of explain to me a little bit of about Japanese culture and, you know, how they respect their, you know, the people who have passed away and how they handle their services and things like that, which I find very fascinating. Because you would think as a Japanese person I would know this stuff, but I really don't have a clue. And so it sparked an interest in me of wanting to learn all those things. But anyways, so then Nate and I got into talking, and Nate is also trying to build his, what happened there? I went straight up and down. Okay. Is trying to build his YouTube channel. which is Ear Candy Media, if anyone's interested. It's going to be a vlog, basically, about him and his girlfriend and the 7 animals that they rescued. And if I remember the ratio correctly, I believe it's 5 dogs and 2 cats. They all have Japanese names. And just kind of giving the backstory of how they rescued these animals. And he's got a few videos up right now. And I'm hoping after his and my conversation, I hope he goes through with doing his vlogs, because I'm excited for him. And I just had a message pop up on my phone. Kitten Stitcher, I'll have to watch you later, Teresa. So yeah. So if anyone's interested in watching puppies, being puppies, well, I mean, they're not puppies, they're dogs. I think they're all adult dogs. I'm pretty sure. And also it's weird, I didn't realize that with the whole changeroo thing that YouTube did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me figure out where I'm at. Oh, magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is here. And I'm gonna go over 1, 2, 3. Ooh, do I want to do that though? It's gonna. Okay, let's do this instead. Whoa, out of frame. I'm gonna snake this up here. So that way, fingers crossed, it doesn't show on my back. I'm not too worried about what my backing looks like. Oh, geez. Okay, where are we at? Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. But if I can avoid showing strings in the back, I will try my best. This is the reason why I like doing full coverage. Because then I don't have to worry about anything showing in the back, because it'll all get covered. Oh, my thread. Okay. It's definitely a Monday, y'all. But anyways, Ear Candy Media, I will try to see if I can link it down below, because he and I were talking, and I didn't realize that with the new setup that YouTube has, 2, 4, 6, 8, that if you have less than 100 subscribers, you don't have a, where am I? You don't technically have a URL for your channel. So you can't just type in Ear Candy Media and his little icon show up and, click on his channel and subscribe. So I'm hoping, if I can be of any help, if anyone's interested in watching his videos, that we can get him over the 100 mark threshold at least, so he can have an easier time sharing his videos. And he and I talked, his videos are very, very well edited. He loves doing the editing part of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And I told him, I said, when you're doing a video, just be you. Because originally they were planning on doing a podcast, and I still think they should kind of go for it, because his idea for a podcast is just, I love the concept of it. And if he ever decides to do that podcast, I will definitely share that and let you guys all know. But, so the few videos that he does have on there sound very, like, he has the perfect voice for a podcaster or a narrator for, like, an audiobook. If you watch his video and just listen, you'll know what I mean. He has one video on there where they're doing a product review, and man, he's like, it's like the perfect commercial. And I mean that in a highest compliment, not in any negative way at all. And him and I talked about him possibly doing narrating for audiobooks, because I think he'd be great. So, I gave him, whoops, I'm dropping stuff, don't do it. I've had the dropsies all day today. And I guess I should share that, is this 14 count Aida? 95% sure this is 14 count Aida. And I'm using the needle that came with, and all the threads. Okay, let me set this guy up right. Oh, stay there. You can see where I had to do all my frogging. Oh man, that was horrible. Horrible. But yeah. I'm excited for him and his new adventures. He has so many fantastic ideas. So if I can help him in any way to achieve any of his goals, I am all in. Okay, let's see. Where am I at on the camera? There we go. Scoot my ruler up. And... oh wait, I have to tie this on first. Oh geez, I forgot I was doing one thread. All the things. I don't know if I have enough here to actually attach this, but we'll try. Man, my hands look awfully wrinkly that close. Just saying. Ouch. Okay. There we go. Now let's try. Let's try it again. I can't do a loop start, so... which kind of stinks. I love doing the loop start. I'm going to go +1. And we're off. So anyways, I think we spent about 2 hours just chit-chatting about what I've done on YouTube for the last 5 years and where I found my niche to be, and I feel like I need to zoom you guys up a little bit. There we go. Is that better? Boy, I hope so. Okay. And hopefully the hubby can figure out a way to make all of this, whoops, work and figure a configuration to either get my phone in a better place or get my camera to cooperate with what I need it for. And I'm not in frame, sorry. Alright. So yeah, I get super excited when somebody starts, not just YouTube, but I mean anything new. I just get so excited for people. I want as many people I know and don't know to succeed as possible. And this thread, okay, you know what? I've had about enough of your shenanigans. It's been this way all morning. All morning. I don't know if this thread's just angry because it's been sitting in this package for so long. Usually I don't have this many problems with the Hobby Lobby threads. And if you've never seen those, let me just scoot stuff. They come on a kit, not on a kit, on a card. Oh, and I'm stuck, let go. And I'm stuck again, let go. Like this. Oh, Linda, focus. There we go. So you get your numbers. Oh, I just panicked. I thought that one was gone. And then you see your line here and it tells you how many threads you should have, so on and so forth. And it's really cool. I love the setup of this. But your strings get very angry. Especially if they've been on there for too long. Okay. And then, oh, move my ruler. I'm going to skip to do 1. The only other thing I wish is that their colors had, well, maybe there is a way. I just don't know. Does anyone know of a conversion-ish chart type thing for the Hobby Lobby colors to DMC? That might be a good thing to learn. I also need to know if there's a DMC. Now, I've heard of it, I just don't know where to find it. DMC conversion for the brain fart. Mm-hmm. The oh, those Disney kits, the Thomas Kincaid Disney kits. Holy cheese and crackers! Couldn't think of what I was talking about. I mean, I could see it, I just couldn't think of what it was called. Anyways, because I'm scared to death to run out of thread on those, because I've heard a lot of rumors that they do not give you enough thread for anything, no matter how careful you are. So, I'm really hoping that I can find a converter. I'm actually just hoping I don't run out of anything, because that would just be awesome. But I also have like 5 or 6 of those kits, and I know I'm gonna run out of luck at least on one of them. So yeah, had the little mini birthday party with, it was just my kids and my husband and myself, and my husband made pulled pork and homemade coleslaw, which was fantastic. And then he made homemade brownies, and we had vanilla ice cream on top, and it was just a perfect night. Nice and quiet. I've never been one to celebrate my birthday or go all out for my birthday. I just never have, even as a kid. So, because growing up, my birthday parties consisted of my parents inviting their friends over and hanging out. And then I got a piece of cake, and maybe, if I was lucky, a present or two. And then that was the end of it. Okay, you know what? You're just going to have to stay to the back, because I can't with you right now. Go to the back, little buddy. There we go. Just hang out there. And this is going to go even. So, my birthdays are typically pretty quiet. Even my 21st was pretty quiet. I think we went down to I was living in Vegas at the time, so we went down to the Strip and walked around and saw all the pretty lights. And I'm allergic to alcohol, so I didn't drink. So I was kind of designated driver for everyone else, which was fine. I'm perfectly okay with being designated driver. But yeah, my birthdays usually, I don't like the big and loud and going places to have strangers sing happy birthday to you and all that stuff. I'm too introverted for all that. But that's how we've spent our week. And then, like I said, we hung out on the Facebook with our buddy James and his brother Nate. I consider them basically my brothers. I mean, they might as well be. We're practically family. And then what else? Oh, tomorrow we have my friend Jennifer is doing a nail bar party with me on the Facebook. So if anyone's interested, leave me a comment, hopefully in time, maybe. Or contact me through Facebook or Instagram, and I can try to swoop you in there. It'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Arizona time. And I'm supposed to stay even. Okay, and then skip 1, do 2. And I will go live in that video. I just put my colors straight on. These ones here. Whoa. I just put those ones on last night, so I don't really want to remove those. But I think what I'm going to do is just remove my ring fingers and put on a different color for the party, so I can demonstrate how to put them on, or how I put them on. I mean, there's no real right or wrong. I mean, I'm sure there is a wrong way. Like, don't put them on sideways. That just doesn't make sense. But there's no real right or wrong way to put them on. I feel like I have a knot. Again, I do. Surprise! There we go. Okay. So I just demonstrate, and then after the demonstration, we just kind of hang out, and I stay live until, usually for about, well, depending on how much activity we have going on. So how long I stay live is really up to everyone who's there. If I have any questions, or if people want me to take orders for them, I stay live as long as you guys need me to, if that makes sense. So, if anyone's interested in throwing a nail bar party, get yourself some free stuff. Or the Gidge box, shameless plug. I always feel guilty about it, but on the flip side, I can't feel guilty about it, if that makes sense. Like, I shouldn't feel guilty, but I do. I feel like I'm asking people for money, but I'm not randomly asking for... Where did that not go? I see it. It's up here. Can I pull that one out? Bugger? No? Okay, you're just gonna go to the back then. These are the type of knots that are just a pain in the butt, and thank goodness I'm doing this on 14 count Aida, otherwise, weak. That would be some real problems. Okay. And so, oh my gosh, another knot again? Give me a break. I've tried rubbing like the, I don't have the Thread Heaven, I have the knockoff, this stuff, knockoff version. Tried rubbing that all over it, that's not working. I tried pulling slower, I tried sticking my finger in the middle of the thread. It's just a pain in the tush, but that's okay. It's okay. Get through it. So yeah, still trying to do the Gidge box thing. And lunch tomorrow with the VP. Not my son, the actual VP of the school. And then my son has something going on tomorrow. Oh, my son wants to go to science camp this year. It's his last opportunity to do it, so he's contemplating on going. So we're going to go to the meeting tomorrow to find out what it's all about. This same child of mine who wants to be in the STEM program and play football, because he wants to do all the things. 2, 4, 6, 7. Which I will not stop him. If he has the energy to do it, I'm gonna let him do it. Brain power isn't even in question. I know he's got the smarts for it. So, we offered for him to go to science camp last year, but he didn't seem as excited about it last year. This year, though. And he's also doing home ec. He learned how to make a chicken something or other taquito, which that was actually pretty good. Told him if he can get the ingredients from his teacher, we'll let him make them here at home so everyone at home can try them. Because it turned out fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's so cute. He's like, okay, but the only thing is I can't fry them. And we're like, no. We'll let Dad do the frying. Don't worry. You just have to make them for everybody. 2, 4, 6. 6. So I'm here, I hope? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, man, I really hope I can figure out how to link Nate's thing, because that would be awesome. If I had some of my peeps who love animals go and share his love of animals, I think it'd be very encouraging. And I really hope that he does his vlogs and just makes them vlogs, not because he does a lot of recording and then he edits it all the way down to where it's only like a 3-minute video. And I hope he does his vlogs just a little bit longer so we can hang out with him a little bit more. So, if you guys go check it out, would you let me know what you think, if you have any advice for him? And if you have advice for him, totally leave it down below in his comment box. He's pretty good at taking constructive criticism. And if you do, just let him know that you found him through me. Or because of me, and then he'll completely understand that it's not a stranger trying to knock him off his box, if that makes sense. Because it can be very scary and intimidating to have a bunch of strangers critiquing your work. But if he knows that you all are doing it out of love, which I know you guys would be, because you're my peeps, and he knows that you found him because of me, then I think he would take it more as a family critique than as a stranger critiquing him, if that makes sense. Okay, tack that down. Come back into focus, Linda. Good job. Okay, and we're going up here. This is where it starts getting a little... Okay. A little bit on the tougher side because I'm running out of Q-snap. Bring my magnet up. And I'm going to go all the way to this one or this one? This one? This one. This one. Okay. I think I know where I'm going. Could be wrong. It's happened before. Especially on this project. They've had to do the most frogging on this project, I think, than any, knock on wood, than any other project I've worked on. I thought the wizard was bad. I actually made progress on the wizard this week. I was actually very excited. Granted, it was all half stitches, but still, progress is progress, stitches are stitches. Oh, it's been a very nice, relaxing week. It's felt very weird not doing any videos. Oh, bejeez, jabbers, come on. Are you going to be one of those that doesn't have a loop thingy that I can't just gently, like, you know, the DMC pull through? Maybe. Ah, thank you. That's a first. Usually there's no little loop that you can tug on. And then it just turns into a big old hot mess, and then there's a huge knot, and then you can't do anything with it but either leave it or cut it. And I choose to leave it. It's fine. It will all be okay. I feel like... No, you guys, I think you guys are in a good spot. Are you guys in a good spot? I think so. The big bar's in the way right where I'm stitching, so... Hopefully. Yeah, over one more. Okay. Wrong spot. There we go. So yeah. I also did not make scissor fobs on Friday because it didn't feel right because I wasn't doing the Fob Friday video. So I gotta get back to doing that. I don't want to fall off the train before it's really gotten moving. Oh. Stuck. Stuck. Okay. So yeah, again, I'm gonna, I think I can find, you can just copy and paste a link, right? And I think if I do that, I'll try to find the one where he introduces all of his, I'm not in frame, all of his puppies and his cats. It's actually really cool the way he edited them. Boy, that's a hard word to say. Words are already hard in general, but, you know. He puts up their Japanese names, the animal's name, and then underneath he writes what the caricature is for Japanese writing, and then writes it out in English. So it's very cool. I think one of them, yeah, I can't remember which words are which. I'm actually hoping to maybe learn some Japanese through this, but I know that they're like noun and vowel sounds are obviously different from ours. So I may not pronounce things correctly because I'm reading it from an English perspective. So maybe learn a little bit of a different language by hanging out with my buddy's pups. I think that'd be cool. Okay, and I'm gonna go over 1 minus 1. Okay. think I'm going to finish off this thread here, and we'll call it good. I've made a lot more progress on this today than I did the last time, because goodness gracious me, I had to do a lot of frogging, which was horrible. Whoops. But, anywho. Again, so worried about... That was another thing he and I talked about. He's like, so do you have everything, like, kind of planned out about what you're talking about? And I'm like, nope. Never. I know the basis of the video. So Mondays are my Stitch With Me's. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to introduce the project that we're working on, and everything that falls out of my mouth after that is pretty well random. That's just how I like it. It's just random. Am I -1 or +1? Let me get unstuck here. And get to this point, and then I'll double check. I think I said -1. And I did. Okay, cool. My chart is getting stuck to my elbow, but I don't want to shove it somewhere where you guys can see it and get in trouble. Okay, maybe if I stick it right there. So yeah, he has all sorts of plans. Plans to make, you know, animal clothing, dresses little puppies up. He's got, I think 4 smaller dogs, and then, I think it's a golden retriever. See, I'm still learning. I have to rewatch the introductions because I don't remember all of them. They're so cute. Oh, darn it. I keep getting stuck. There. Maybe if I pull down in a different direction. If I go this way, I will get stuck up there. And I also have plans of starting a new start. I was going to start on the last Sunday of the month, which I thought was the 31st, but it is not. The 31st is Saturday. So I will not again be joining in the technical high tea with Caroline, who's off the grid needle arts. But I planned everything out yesterday on the last Sunday of the month, and I will be starting her on Thursday. And it's going to be it's a blah blah blah, words are hard, mini Haid. Yes, it's a mini Haid, and it's called I Remember. And it just, I don't know why it called out to me so well or so much, but it kind of reminds me of like a Japanese anime cartoon, and it's a young girl standing on just the cusp of the water at the beach, and she just looks very sad but very at peace, if that makes sense. And my mother's favorite place was Hawaii. So, and it's taking, the picture takes place at dark, or at night, so it's, the background is pretty dark. It's beautiful blues, which was one of my mom's favorite colors, and then like a full moon setting, so you can see the waves coming in and crashing around her feet. So I'm very excited to start that one. I bought that one in remembrance of my mom. I also lucked out, and Michelle, who was doing a D-stash, happened to have a, I think it's another artiste kit like this one from Hobby Lobby, and it's a geisha, I can only hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who is like holding her fan, not her fan, her, well, she might be. I think there's a fan in one hand and an umbrella in the other, but she has angel wings, and I've never seen anything like that before, so I was lucky enough to grab it. So I'm, you know, patiently waiting for the invoice, and then I know that she'll send it when she gets a moment. Her life is super busy. Totally understand. There's no rush. it's not like I don't have 50 million other things to do. But I think, and this is just where my mindset is today, goodness knows it can change within 5 minutes from now. I think that I'm going to do the I Remember, which is the Haid, on the 7th of every month, which is my mother's day of birth. And then do the geisha with the angel wings on the 17th, which is the day that she died. And so I won't say that I won't work on them any other time, but I think that's where my mindset is, the 7th and the 17th. So I think that would be perfect. And that way, for sure. Not that I don't think about her every day, because I do. Her picture's right in front of me. And she's dressed as a geisha, because she's gorgeous, and she was in her 20s. And it's my favorite picture of my mom. So I think of her every day, but I think that when I'm stitching that particular project, I can take actual time and talk to her and whatever else I need to do in that moment to heal. It may not be to do anything. It might be just to stitch. To stitch in silence because she was deaf. Or to watch her favorite TV shows, which were Price is Right. What is that one with Let's Make a Deal? Is it Let's Make a Deal? With Wayne Brady. And the donkey zonk thing that she loved. She thought it was so funny. She also liked Wheel of Fortune, which I found very odd because my mom didn't read English. But I think by watching Wheel of Fortune, she kind of learned how to spell some words, if that makes sense at all. And then anything cooking shows. She watched cooking shows. She loved watching poker, even though she's never played a day in her life. And bowling. My mom used to be a bowling champ. All 4'11" of her. I think her average used to be like 280 or something crazy like that. So, and I've still got her quilt to make, which I'm still a wee bit nervous about, not gonna lie, but I will get through it. I will get through it, and I will make it, and it may be wonky, but my mom will be proud of me no matter what happens. As long as I don't break the machines. Fingers crossed. Because she's not here to tell me how to fix it. Then again, there's YouTube. Alright, I think we're going to go for this last row right here, which actually works out perfectly. Because like I said, I have run out of Q-snap. I'm actually pretty proud of the progress I made today. Might actually call it done with this one and get Chloe worked on. So that way I have her worked on for the second time. That way I can do all my updates on Wednesday and get back on track. Hopefully not miss any more videos. We'll see what happens. Uh-oh, I have another stinking knot. You know what? Not gonna worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. The one thing I can say about the Hobby Lobby kits is that they do give you plenty. Like, they give you almost double what you need, which is nice. Well, let me rephrase. They did in all of the smaller kits that I bought. I had almost enough to make 2 of whatever it was that I was stitching. So I can only hope that they do the same thing for the bigger kits. We shall find out. I'm gonna have enough thread here. Well, let's play some thread chicken, shall we? Let's do it. Although this needle is a lot longer than the other one that I'm used to working with. This is one of the ones that comes in these kind of kits. I save them all in my little pin cushion. And then when I work on these kits, I use these needles instead of my Easy Guide. Can I make? I don't think I'm gonna make it, y'all. I don't think it's gonna happen today. I think the thread chicken's gonna win. Man, it's okay. Can I get one more? Well, right slot. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna call it quits there. Well, we tried. Today the thread chicken was victorious. Well, this time I should say. Oh my. Come on. One more. There we go. Okay. Snip that off real quick before I forget, because if not, then it'll show up on my next thing, and then I'll get confused as to where the thread came from, and it won't be good. So that's where we're at. So if you remember, the last time I showed you, I had this, and I think this part done. And then today, from this morning, I've gotten all of the blue here, and the blue here done. And I think I started with you guys, what, right about here? Here? Somewhere in there. Not too bad, I don't think. Again, we worked on Bake with Love. Bake Everything with Love, I should say. I hope you guys got... Whoa, Linda, calm down. I hope you guys got a lot of stitching in. And thank you for hanging out with me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!